Hey, let's talk a few things about Grand Teton National Park. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Robert Anthony, photographer, van life liver, traveler. I'm coming to you from my Dodge Caravan empty because I'm back in Florida working. But today I wanted to make a quick video about 4 epic hikes that you can do that are relatively easy inside the Grand Teton National Park. And hey, listen, if you're a photographer, I'm going to give you some secret tips to get the best photos throughout the park. Before I get started, I'd like to just ask you if you could just hit the like button, like right now. Just click, bank, bonk, click, whatever it is. If you just hit that like button, that really is a great thing. It helps me to gain traffic on YouTube. And hey, you know what? If you could subscribe and hit the bell notification, that's all the better. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. But in today's video, we're going to talk about 4 great things that you can do inside the Grand Teton National Park. So let's quickly get to it. All right. So if you only had a couple of days to spend in the Grand Teton National Park, obviously my ideas here are not all-inclusive. There are so many things to do inside the Grand Teton National Park that I'm just going to scratch the surface. So, it's not the 3 best hikes or anything like that, but it is going to be some cool stuff that you can see. And I'm going to offer you some ideas on getting around the massive levels of traffic that you'll find at places like the Taggart Lake Trailhead, the Jenny Lake Trailhead, Coulter Bay Campground, and the like. So let's go. So the first thing I'm going to suggest, if you have one day, and you want to do some really great photography, you can go to Oxbow Bend to photograph the sunrise. Oxbow Bend is one of the cliched, iconic spots to do amazing photography inside Grand Teton National Park. You want to be there before the sun comes up. Oxbow Bend is basically drive up to the parking lot, get out, and photograph. Now, if you really want to get a great shot, the first thing that I would do is I would recommend that if you can get there the day before, go the day before, scout out your spot that you're going to photograph, and just know it's not from where everybody stands. That's not the best spot. Early morning is best, pre-sunup. I got there at before 4 o'clock in the morning with my friend after we had shot the Milky Way at our campsite at Shadow Mountain. We drove down and we hiked just a little bit down off the trail, and I walked along the bend as the sun was coming up, away from the people. So the lower you get to the water, the better your shot. The earlier you're there in the morning, the more likely you're going to get a shot with the water being calm. I lucked out when I was there. We had some clouds develop over the Teton range that is reflecting in the pond. I'm going to show you an image that I took, and it's really great. You'll see the fog in the image. So I had some convection fog over the lake, and was able to get some really beautiful sun glow coming on to the Teton range. So Oxbow Bend would be my first stop. Easy. Get out, enjoy the view, take off. Early morning is best. Now, from there, you're almost at Coulter Bay Campground, which is going to lead into my next really great spot that you can go to do some beautiful, beautiful photography. If you do the sunup at Oxbow Bend and you really book it down to the Coulter Bay area, you can get started on that trail plenty early and really do some amazing hiking. I'm going to suggest that you do the Hermitage Point Trail. Now, I met some folks that were asking me when I was in the Tetons this past June, where are some places they could go. Hermitage Point, the Hermitage Point Circle Trail is everything Grand Teton. If you had one trail that you could do, that would be the one that I would recommend. Now, my friends at Two Wheels Big Life, I'm going to link their channel up here. They have a motorcycle channel and they travel, if you're into that kind of thing. Rich and Chris are 2 of the coolest people that I met on my most recent road trip. I love those guys. Say hi to them, watch their videos. They're really neat people. Two Wheels Big Life. Again, I'm going to link up here in the card up here. Rich asked me, can I do this? He doesn't feel like he's in super great shape. And I said, it's a flat trail. So I'm going to tell you the same thing. The Hermitage Point Trail is a flat trail. It's just long, but it's all things Grand Teton. It's lakes, mountain range, it's lupine meadows, it's everything, all on one hike. So you're going probably the counterclockwise loop is the way that I would recommend that you go. And I'd skip Swan Lake. Swan Lake is like every other lake in the Grand Tetons. You do a spur trail to do Swan Lake. I don't think I would do Swan Lake, but as you're walking, the first one that you're going to come to is Moose Pond or Moose Lake. There's a great view as you drop down when you come to Moose Pond or Moose Lake. There is a great view of one of the Tetons. I don't know if it's Tiwanaut. I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but it's right centered in the pond as a reflection. Beautiful early morning shot. From there, you just keep going all the way out to Hermitage Point. So as you're going out to Hermitage Point, you're going to walk through meadows and past lakes, and it's just epic. When you get out to Hermitage Point, great photography out there. Again, I recommend earlier the better for hiking. We didn't run into any people with my friend John and I, with my son Levi and I, or with my daughter Elise and I. We didn't run into people until we were coming back. But you go out there, there is an amazing backcountry campsite out there. They actually have bear boxes out at Hermitage Point. If you can swing it, get an overnight permit, hike out there, stay overnight. You got bear boxes, beautiful Milky Way photography out there, as well as sunset and sunrise. I mean, it would be just great. I think I've got to do that one. I haven't done it yet, but I think I want to do that one. That kind of takes care of the northern half of the park. I'm going to give you two other ideas that you could do that would be really great, both of which would require a second and perhaps even a third day inside the Grand Teton National Park, although you could combine some other things. Like, for example, the next one that I would recommend would be the Hidden Falls Trailhead. Now, if you want to do sunrise at Schwabacher Landing, which is kind of a cliched epic spot to do sunrise and do some sunrise photography, don't miss it if you can. But you immediately go up and you can go to the Hidden Falls. Now, you're going to actually, if you take my recommendation, you're going to avoid the Jenny Lake parking lot. Don't take the boat. The boats start the people going over there, and oh my gosh, is it overrun with people. My son and I and my daughter and I both on separate hikes, we entered a very small parking lot in the trailhead on the other side of the Jenny Lake. You actually go in the Lupine Meadows area as if you're going to go to the Lupine Meadows trailhead to hike up to Delta Lake. There's a little parking lot when you turn left to go to Lupine Meadows trailhead. There's a little parking lot right there, which you'll see a bear walking across the driveway to it right here. That's the trailhead. You can access that as early as you want to. I don't recommend doing it in the dark. This trail has a lot of animals on it, but I would get there early, way before the boats. We got there, and I was able to photograph Hidden Falls before there were any people, with my daughter, not with my son. But anyway, if you want to stop there, that's great. It's a beautiful hike along Jenny Lake. Hidden Falls is epic, but if you really want to see an amazing thing, you got to go up to Cascade Canyon. So what you'll do is you'll go from Hidden Falls up to Inspiration Point. The extent of your ascend is from Hidden Falls to Inspiration Point. From there, don't let that scare you. It does go up a little bit, but it's gradual. You can't even hardly feel it. And when you get into Cascade Canyon, you will not regret having taken that hike up there. And you're going to say, well, how far is it? I can't remember, but I will tell you, when you get into Cascade Canyon, you know you're in Cascade Canyon. There is an epic spot as you're coming around the canyon, you're coming into the forest, you go through the forest, out of the forest, and you get into this huge expanse, and then you see another forest to your, I guess it would be west, but you'll see another forest. Right before that forest, there's a huge pond, and that converges down into a stream. And that stream is what you're walking past on your left. If you pay attention right there, when you get to the huge rock walls with the giant boulders, the second set of giant boulders, there's a spot where that stream, that pond converges and makes a stream that runs down through the woods. If you walk out on a couple of stones at that stream, be careful. They're not super slippery, but be careful. If you walk out there, holy cow, that photography shot, that spot to photograph that canyon couldn't be more Bob Ross in its essence of anything I've seen in the Grand Teton National Park. Don't miss that shot. Don't miss Cascade Canyon. You can do it. It's not that hard. I think most people of even moderate health should be able to do that hike. You will not regret doing it. The one thing you will regret is taking the boat over and hiking it. Too many people. You want to get up there before the people come, which I did on both times. It was just us. We had that whole canyon to ourselves, and I'm telling you, it was so overwhelming, it was almost verklempt. You know what I'm saying? So the next spot I'm going to tell you about, we're going to call it good, is going to be the Leigh Lake Trailhead. Or Leigh Lake. You get to that through the String Lake Trailhead. Just look it up on the Teton map. Secret little lake. You want to do it early in the morning. This is another one that you could do Oxbow Bend and head over there. You could do Schwabiker Landing in the early morning and then head over there, but make sure you're hitting Leigh Lake early in the morning. I think my daughter and I did Schwabiker Landing and then headed over to Leigh Lake. We got there as the sun was coming up, the lake was calm, and it was a constant stream of beautiful photography related spots. It just didn't end. It's a 1.8 mile out and back trail. It's completely flat. It's classified as easy. There is apparently, according to a ranger, a backcountry site that you can get a permit for way out, about 1.8 miles out there, and he just recommended staying there. You're in a small lake at that point, past Leigh Lake, small lake. The Teton Range is behind it. I guess the sunrise views there are to absolutely die for. That's a thought you could do, but I'm telling you, if you just want to do an easy day hike, go out and do that Leigh Lake. When we were there in June, I've never seen so many mosquitoes, so you want to, if you have a mosquito net, at the very minimum, you want plenty of 40% DEET bug spray if you can get it. So those are my recommendations for you inside the Grand Teton National Park. It's not everything, but it's a few. They're easy. You could do most of it in a couple of days. It's a really great way to experience the park, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did find the video helpful, I'd love to, again, have a like from you, but leave your comments. I love hearing from you. I want to know how I can help you. I want to know how I can make better videos. I want to inform you and help you enjoy the road, enjoy your van life, and just really enjoy all the things that this great country has to offer with regard to scenery. So that's going to call it good for now. Be sure to check some of my other videos. You're going to love them. I know that you'll love them. There's a lot of great things to see, and you don't want to miss it. For this particular video, I'm Rob. And you know, I'm out. See ya.